Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. We did earlier with her. You will hear it right in this broadcast for yourselves. It has been trending on social media that the former president has given some support to CDC for their new headquarters project. Is that information true or not? You will hear from her yourself. We'll also start entering the audit report released by the General Auditing Commission on the government's consolidated account. We have some things to say around those things as well. Too much of news. So let's make news. A head-on collision in Namibia involving vehicles belonging to the security services has killed 16 people. The accident took place 270 kilometers south of the capital Windhoek, outside the town of Marienta on Sunday. No words can truly capture the depth of this loss. President Tumbo Nandi Ndetwa wrote on social media praising the souls of our fallen officers. Namibia has one of the highest road traffic fatality rates in the world. A woman has been burned to death by a mob in northern Nigeria's Niger State, after she was accused of blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad, police have said. Police condemned the killing of the woman, identified in local media as a food vendor named Amaye, as jungle justice, saying that an investigation was on the way to arrest and prosecute the perpetrators. Local media quoted eyewitnesses as saying a man jokingly proposed marriage to the vendor, and her response was considered blasphemous by some people in the area. Zimbabwe's President Emerson Mnangagwa has joined global leaders, including Russia's Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un, in Beijing for a military parade marking 80 years since the end of World War II. The event, featuring over 100 aircraft and advanced weaponry, showcases China's growing military and diplomatic influence. The event also coincides with a summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, a bloc positioning itself as a counterweight to Western power. This 10-member bloc, which includes Russia, China, India, Iran, and Pakistan, has expanded in size and influence over 24 years. Let's end up in Ghana very quickly, where there is a breaking news coming in. Not broken news, a breaking news coming out of Ghana. Okay, and TV3 and Jubilee House. TV3 and Jubilee House. So they will have executive mansion. That's how they have Jubilee House in Ghana. So TV3 is saying President John Mahama has removed Chief Justice Gertrude Takono from office with immediate effect following a committee's recommendation citing grounds of misbehavior under Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution. And that's according to TV3. What does the statement say? The statement from Jubilee House says President John Dramani Mahama has, in accordance with Article 146(9) of the 1992 Constitution, removed the Chief Justice, her ladyship, Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Takono, from office with immediate effect. This follows receipt of the report of the committee constituted under Article 146(6) to inquire into a petition submitted by a Ghanaian citizen, Mr. Daniel Ofori. After considering the petition and the evidence, the committee found that the grounds of stated misbehavior on Article 146(1) had been established and recommended her removal from office. On Article 146.9, the president is required to act in accordance with the committee's recommendation. And this is signed by Felice Kwakai Ofosu. He's an MP but also spokesperson to the president and Minister of Government Communications. So that is that coming out of Ghana. Let's take our break. After the break, we will bring you the fact check. And after the fact check, the issues that matter a whole lot will be on the cards. Only on the OK Conversation on OK FM 99.5. We are right here.
Things are on me with the emergency. How do I manage again?
Potano, why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick. I won't go find somebody to credit me. Then I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the more in.
Echo Bank can credit you, but the only thing you have to pay in 1 month, and the good thing, the interest are just 3%.
For you?
Yeah, just go to any Echo Bank branch and you ask for the form to enroll you on their salary advance platform. When they give you the form, you fill it up and you make sure your HR sign it. Then you take that form back to the bank. After you carry it to the bank, they will send you a message to let you know that you're already on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. Instantly, you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Pray edit to more money, Judy. I'm going to the bank to pick up the phone quick.
Yo, go get the form quick. In less than 1 week, you will receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can't even ask you for collateral set.
I'm going there right now. No wasting time, oh.
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back.
Hey, Judy, that you talking slow, so I will pay back quick so I can credit again. Echo Bank not easy, oh. Echo Bank, the Pan-African Bank.
Tax payment is a national duty.
When we all contribute, we become entitled to development.
We are the authors of our destiny.
Tax payment is a commitment we make towards the future of the unborn generation.
When we pay taxes, we hold our leaders accountable.
Be a part of change. Be a part of transformation.
Pay tax. We all enjoy.
Tax payment is a national duty.
And welcome back. This is the OK Conversation on OK FM 99.5. Today is the what? The first day of September 2025. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, we're making progress. Progress is being made. Let's go for our fact check now.
Good day and welcome to the Fact Check segment. This segment debunks disinformation and it provides the verified facts of statements made online and on the radio. My name is Sia Wemiapu and today we'll be fact checking claims made in the last couple of days. In our August 28th Fact Check segment, we verified a claim made by Fode Masakwe, a supporter of the Congress for Democratic Change, that Liberia had dropped to 70th place on the 2025 Global Peace Index from 64th place in 2023 during the CDC administration. Our initial findings indicated that Liberia was ranked 70th in 2023, fell to 76th in 2024, and currently stands at 70th on the GPR, rating the claim as misleading. However, a fresh review of the 2024 GPR shows that Liberia was actually ranked 69th in 2024, which still upholds our initial verdict as misleading. While Liberia does currently rank 70th on the Global Peace Index, it was not ranked 64th in 2023 under the administration of former President George Weah, as claimed by Massaquoi. The Global Peace Index produced by the Institute of Economics and Peace is the world's leading measure of global peacefulness. Liberia is categorized in the yellow tier, representing countries with a medium level of peacefulness. On August 31, Edris Belete, a stalwart of the Congress for Democratic Change, he claimed in a Facebook post that any political party which failed to obtain at least 2% of the votes in the 2023 elections and did not win a single legislative seat will be disqualified from fielding a candidate in the 2029 elections. Belete cited Chapter 5 of the New Elections Law of 2014 as the basis of his claim. To verify, we reviewed the law on the website of the National Elections Commission. Chapter 5A, Section 5A.1 of the New Elections Law states that a political party or independent candidate shall be suspended if in an election for the presidency or a seat in the legislature its nominees receive insufficient support, resulting in both none of the party's candidates being elected and the total valid vote cast for the party's candidates being less than 2% of all votes cast in the constituencies where the party contested. In such a case, the NEC is mandated to suspend the party's right to nominate candidates for the next two elections for the same office. Based on a review of the law, we conclude that Belete's claim is mostly correct. While the law does not use the word disqualified, it provides for the suspension of a party's right to nominate candidates under the stated conditions, which prevents that party from contesting in subsequent elections. This is all we have time for on the Fact Check segment. This segment is part of an MOU between Local Voices Liberia, OKFM, Pram FM, and KR Radio to counter disinformation to help the public make informed decisions. This MOU is funded by the Liberia Media Empowerment Project, implemented by Internews with funding from the European Union. The funder or partner had no say in the editorial decision leading to the production of this Fact Check segment. We'll be back with more Fact Check reports to help you know the facts. If you want us to fact check a claim for you, please send us a text to WhatsApp on 0777 556296 and we will check for you. Also follow us on Facebook at Local Voices Liberia, on Twitter at LVL Fact Check, and go to our website at www.localvoicesliberia.com. I am Siawe Meapu. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Indeed. Welcome back. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. It was a weekend packed with action. Today is transfer deadline day in many places. And a whole lot of movements are happening, but we know that Arsenal were whipped 1-0 by Liverpool, having their first defeat of the season. Liverpool 3 out of 3. They look set to defend their title with City stuttering to another defeat again. Manchester United getting a very late penalty win. So we'll see what works out. In La Liga, Real Madrid got a resounding victory, whereas Barcelona stuttered last evening, except for a very dodgy penalty decision. They would have been beaten. You know, but that's it. That's what it is. But it was. I watched good portions of the game, and it was very interesting. So a whole lot of things are happening. Where do I start from? One, we learned through Nyanti about a protest from teachers, volunteer teachers who want to get on payroll. I believe wanting the Unity Party government to make good their promise, the promise of putting them on payroll. You remember during the campaigns, those promises that, yeah. So here's the thing, right? When people are in opposition, everything will say, oh, we can do this, we can get this done. This government is insensitive. You see, the president is flying private jet, they're doing this, they're mismanaging the money. This money could be used to put volunteer teachers on payroll. When we get there, we'll do that. Those kinds of things are said to lure people over. Then some of us who are the media people will say, this is what you're talking here. It doesn't just happen. It can just happen, or it's not possible to happen in 1-2 years, or given what we know and all the countries. Oh, man, it's been like driven. But we saying this, we want to say the truth at that time is not okay to be said. Don't say it. It is a reality. It is the truth. Don't say it, because politicians want their narratives to drive through. Then they come to power now. Then the reality that you are talking about is still there. So we are still consistent. Then, since they know how to convince the people themselves will turn against you. Oh, that one already, they ain't talking. Ain't talking. People stealing the country money and blah, blah, blah. And then they're talking and say the other one not possible. Blah, blah. So we come back to now. Volunteer teachers are protesting. They want to get on payroll. They are not on payroll yet. So they are protesting at the president's house, calling the attention of the president. Please put the volunteer teachers on payroll. These are things that you say you will do. So kindly do them. Put them on payroll. Put them on payroll. No, you don't have option. There are certain things that are not optional. I need some help here. Pleasant needs to come over. I need internet on this machine. I need that. Okay, good. So please put the people on payroll. Let's move on to the other issues. I want to go to Ministry of Public Works. They have something there that I think should concern us. Should draw the attention of the public. So it is an advisory. So I want to read it out so that you are aware, especially if you usually use the Topman Boulevard side. So they call it traffic advisory. China 8 Overpass Bridges Project official groundbreaking ceremony. The Ministry of Public Works, in collaboration with the China 8 project team, informs the general public, particularly motorists, pedestrians, and commuters, that there will be significant traffic disruption along Topman Boulevard on Tuesday, September 2, 2025, due to the official groundbreaking ceremony of the China 8 Overpass Bridges Project. So they say tomorrow there will be serious traffic on that side because the groundbreaking ceremony will be taking place. Venue: proposed West Overpass, front entrance, EJS Ministerial Complex, Congo Town. Time: program starts 10 a.m. Guests will be arriving earlier. So if you are someone who is supposed to be to work 11, or you usually on hour between 9 and 10, perhaps you should do that earlier. As early as 5, 6 in the morning, so you're in town. So the date is Tuesday, that's tomorrow. Affected route: motorists commuting from Pinsville, Congo Town toward Central Monrovia, and those traveling from Central Monrovia toward Pinsville, Congo Town via Topman Boulevard are advised to plan ahead, as partial road closures and diversions are expected in the vicinity of the Ministerial Complex front entrance. So there may be some closure on parts of the road, and there will be traffic diversion. And of course, there's absolutely going to be traffic. Expected disruption: traffic is anticipated to be heavily congested from early morning hours until midday due to protocol arrangements and ceremonial activities. Traffic management measures: Liberia National Police and project traffic wardens will be on site to direct traffic. Motorists are strongly encouraged to use secondary roads where possible to avoid delays. We regret any inconvenience this may cause and seek the public's full cooperation to ensure a smooth and successful program. For real-time updates, okay, so that is that. You have heard that it was said. You know, there's a portion in the Bible where they usually say, you have heard that it was said. Is it the Beatitudes? Is that how they call it? You have heard that it was said. So you have heard that probably was said. So that's a good news. Yeah? As much as it will be hurting you, that traffic is being diverted, but that's good news. Somebody sent something to me. Let's listen to it small before I go to. Let's put a smile on our faces. Let's smile small. Let me play you something very quick. Which size? This is the OK Conversation on OK FM 99.5. Yeah, you know, we said has some new stuff. I'll give it to my people to put in the system. It just I forgot. Yeah, but let's play it and see. Let's hear from our man. He has another one. I don't know if they put it. What he said? They put too small. Say too small. You alone to eat 22 million. You too small. How these boys can think it. So let's go. This is why he said. Listen to this one. Okay, let me give it some volume. Okay.
Even the rescue, the small rescue puppets, those apologists, those rescue surrogates, those miscreants, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, some of them they are in economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma. So.
Let's go again.
Even the rescue, the small rescue puppets, those apologists, those rescue surrogates, those miscreants, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, some of them they are in economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma. So.
Oh my word. Okay. Good. We're going about to serious business. I just wanted to tease you. I wanted you to be teased a little bit. Okay. More serious stuff. A whole lot of news ahead. Let's go to the Central Bank of Liberia. Let's go to the Central Bank of Liberia. What are they doing? And I like it, you know. I like this. Okay. I like what they're doing because it is something we've talked about on this show. It seems they are listening, learning from Ghana, as a matter of fact. So they say the Central Bank of Liberia is advancing plans to diversify the nation's reserves through gold, a strategic step aimed at strengthening financial stability while safeguarding its operational independence. Executive Governor Henry F. Samoa made a disclosure that's today, Monday, during a courtesy visit by the U.S. Embassy's Chargé d'Affaires, Joseph E. Zadrozny. Okay, so, yep, it will be a good thing to hear. It will add value to our gold. It will add some value to our reserve, make it stronger. It could add value to our currency as well. That's what experts will tell you. So this is a good move. This is a good move. And yes, it was important to talk about that. Let's go to the Liberia National Police. They released a statement to confirm something that was on social media. So, very disturbing. But before we go there, so the Student Unification Party. So first of all, they how do we call them? The Faculty Association of the University of Liberia. They had months ago they and the government, the administration, they were back and forth in some negotiations. The Faculty Association of the University of Liberia, I think I have to put that up. The statement released by Alpha. The statement released by Alpha, I want to put that up so that you see it. And then we come to SOUP, then we go to police, then we go to audit, then we go to EJS. So we still have a whole lot ahead. You're in for quite a treat. Let's go to Alpha statement, send it to our guy to put it up so that all of you can be able to see. As we go there, it is important to let you know that the Ministry of Health has posted on its official social media page, Facebook page, that it has begun a major upgrade and construction of a theater postpartum ward. Postpartum ward is after women give birth. That the period after giving birth is called postpartum. I hope I'm right. Yeah, but that's the period. And 6 residential units of the Senyak Clinic to a health center in Camwood. So they're moving it up from just a clinic to a health center in Camwood, District 2, Grand Bassa County. They have some pictures there of the work that has begun. So that is a good thing to hear in the leeward parts of the county. Such developmental initiatives are okay. They are good to help the people in those parts. So yeah, it is a very good thing to do. So let's go to Alpha now. AB, watch out. Please put Alpha statement up. Watch out, AB. Please put that up so people can read. Sorry, we have to come late to you. Okay. So, the University of Liberia Faculty Association issued this statement, and it says the University of Liberia Faculty Association, it was issued on August 29th. That was last week, Friday, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, Friday. Convened an Emergency General Assembly, EGA, for full-time faculty on Friday, August 29, 2025 at 11 a.m. on the Capitol Hill campus of the University of Liberia. Today's assembly was predicated on the July 18, 2025 Constitutional General Assembly, which mandated the Executive Committee of Alpha to present and hold discussions with the University of Liberia administration and other stakeholders within the period of 1 month on issues affecting the welfare of faculty. These issues include poor sanitary conditions, long-standing faculty promotion, salary disparity, social security, issues affecting study leave, colleagues, and renovation of all campuses. Most recent issues include outstanding payment for overload and vacation school salaries. Due to these unresolved outstanding issues, the faculty voted unanimously at today's Emergency General Assembly to stay away from all academic activities until a negotiated collective bargaining agreement (CBA) addressing all Alpha issues assigned by the University of Liberia administration, the government of Liberia, and Alpha. Therefore, all faculty members are urged to disengage from any planned academic activities on all campuses of the UL until further notice. So today school was supposed to open, academic activities should have resumed, but Alpha says no because of these stated issues, poor sanitary conditions. People have been carrying cameras on the campuses of the UL, and they've been bringing all of these things, including the issues of renovation, long-standing faculty promotion, salary disparity, social security, all of those issues. It is like negotiations did not go according to plan, and promises were not fulfilled accordingly. They have chosen to stay away. And of course, the Student Unification Party also has been flagging these issues, and they issued a statement yesterday. And of course, They've been protesting today. We've been seeing on camera allegations of police brutality when they went on the campus and all that. So a whole lot is happening. Those who supported SOUP yesterday, all of the actions that they carried out yesterday, that is in years past, they are not in support today now. So SOUP yesterday said, we'll petition the U.S. Embassy asking them to come take their citizen from here. She's destroying the UL. So they are already calling for the resignation or dismissal of UL President Dr. Mapaya. And of course, the campus looked like a war zone at some point in time on today. Yeah? Very, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Let's go to the Liberia National Police. Let's go to the Liberia National Police. So, the Liberia National Police, we've been seeing on social media about some alleged shooting incident that took place in the Brewerville Iron Gate area there. We've been seeing it, we've been following, we've been asking questions, but the police has confirmed this incident has been confirmed by the police. So we want to read what we know. The Liberia National Police has confirmed reports that on the evening of August 31, 2025, between 9 and 10 p.m., that was last evening, an officer discharged a firearm at the Iron Gate checkpoint in Brewerville, resulting in the injury of a civilian. According to a release from the LMP, the officer involved has been identified as Sergeant Abdulaziz S. Kroma, Class 45 RD number 5766, assigned to the Quaker Police Station, Brewerville. At the time of the incident, Sergeant Kroma was off duty. Preliminary findings indicate that the weapon used was not his official service arm, but is registered to another officer, Inspector Monica Zeze, from the Emergency Response Unit ERU. Hassan Carter, the victim, was reportedly taken to the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, where he is currently receiving medical treatment. Sergeant Kumar is currently in custody while a full investigation is underway, according to the LMP. That is the Liberia National Police. So, very troubling. These incidents of shooting. People want police officers to carry arms. This is why some people argue against police officers carrying arms. We don't know what happened. We were not there to know exactly what the details were. But the social media postings, if you were to go by them, you will notice some act of negligence and all of that. The police own release seems to really suggest that he may be in the wrong, you know. But let's see what plays out as per that incident. It is not a good thing. It is not a good thing getting these kinds of reports. People who were at the scene say the guy who was shot is in a life-threatening position. He was badly injured, according to eyewitnesses at the scene of the event, which of course should not have happened. Put up one, the portion of the audit report. We are looking at the first part of the audit reports on today. So AB, you can kindly put up page 1. So the General Auditing Commission has released the January 1, 2024 to December 31, 2024 audit report on the consolidated account. So let's go there quickly. Let me go to the report itself before we start to read the screenshots. that we have. Okay. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. Do that later. Okay. Okay, we want to read the heading before we go to. So it is called Management Letter on the Audit of GOL Consolidated Funds Account Financial Statements for the financial year January 1, 2024 to December 31, 2024, promoting accountability of public resources, blah, 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 blah. So that is that for you to know. It also has the letter that was written to Minister Augustine Gafuan on the audit, and this is what the letter says. The Government of Liberia Consolidated Funds Account Financial Statements are subject to audit by the Auditor General in terms of Section 2.1.3 of the Act of 2014, as well as in accordance with the Public Financial Management Act of 2009, as amended and restated in 2019, and its accompanying regulations. The audit covered the financial year January 1, 2024 to December 31, 2024. Introduction. The audit of the Government of Liberia Consolidated Funds Account Financial Statements for the blah 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 was completed, and the purpose of this letter is to bring to your attention the findings that were revealed during the audit. Scope and determination and responsibility. The audit was conducted in accordance with the International Standards of Supreme Audit Institutions, ASIs. That's ASIs. These standards require that the audit is planned and performed so as to obtain reasonable assurance that in all material respects, fair presentation is achieved in the annual financial statements. An audit includes examination on a test basis of evidence supporting the amounts and disclosures in the financial statements, assessment of the accounting principles used, and significant estimates made by management, and evaluation of the overall financial statement presentation. The audit will also include an examination on a test basis of evidence supporting compliance in all material respects with the relevant laws and regulations which came to our attention and are applicable to financial matters. The matters mentioned in this letter are therefore those that were identified through tests considered necessary for the purpose of the audit, and it is possible that there might be other matters and or weaknesses that were not identified. The financial statements, maintenance of effective control measures, and compliance with laws and regulations are the responsibility of the accounting officer. Our responsibility is to express our opinion on these financial statements. The audit findings which were identified during the course of the audit are included below. Thank you as we strive to promote accountability, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so sheet 1. Is sheet 1 up now? Some of the key findings. So we are starting it today with opening observation. So again, it is important to state that all the reports are not guilty verdicts. They're not saying somebody did corruption, somebody did wrong thing, and blah, blah, blah. No, they are not guilty. They don't find people guilty. They report what they see, and if there is something to be investigated, there are others who are supposed to do that. LACC, Ministry of Justice. It's always good to remind you about that. During the audit, we observed that management facilitated disbursement of expenditures amounting to US $2,806,470, which exceeded the approved appropriation in the national budget for the fiscal year 2024. And you see there, to Ministry of Public Works, they spent more than $2 million. Liberia Airport Authority, they spent 98,000 plus more than what was appropriated for the entity. For Public Works, 2.3 million plus more than what was appropriated. Ministry of Labor, 8,000 plus more than what was appropriated. Bureau of Concessions, 373,000 plus more than what was appropriated, which amounts to the 2.8 million. Additionally, we observe no evidence of approved supplementary budget for the excess expenditures, nor were the excess expenditures approved by the national legislature. So we saw that this was spent more than what was appropriated for these entities. However, we're not seeing evidence that these expenditure, this excess, the money spent more than what you were supposed to spend, that they were that you did supplementary budget or that it was approved by the legislature. So the risk, according to the GSC, management may be non-compliant with Section 24(1)(2) of the PFM Act of 2009 as amended and restated 2019. Spending in excess of approved budget may lead to misappropriation of public funds. This may impair the achievement of the entity's objectives. Facilitating unauthorized excess expenditure to GOL entities may lead to under-disbursement of approved budgetary allotments to other GOL entities. Unauthorized excess disbursement over approved budgetary allotment may lead to misappropriation and misapplication of public funds. Everywhere that you see may. Recommendation. Management should account for the expenditure in excess of the approved budget limits without evidence of supplementary and or recast budget for the period comprehensively catalogued in Table 3 above as part of management's response to this management letter. Going forward, management should ensure that expenditures are within the approved budget limits at all times, and where applicable, supplementary and or approval for recast budget is acquired. Copies of the required documentation should be maintained for administrative and audit purposes. Management should perform periodic, at least quarterly reconciliation between budgeted and actual revenue and expenditure. Gaps identified should be used to govern future revenue collection and disbursement activities. Put page 2 up. Page 2. Management should perform periodic, at least quarterly reconciliation between budgeted and actual revenue and expenditure. Gaps identified should be used to govern future revenue collection and disbursement activities. Periodic budget performance reports should be adequately documented and filed to facilitate future review. Going forward, management should ensure that all excess expenditure exceeding authorized limits are approved by the national legislature. Management should ensure that a statement of excess expenditure is prepared and submitted to the national legislature in a timely manner consistent with Section 24(1)(2) of the PFM Act of 2009 as amended and restated 2019. Evidence of the statement of excess expenditure should be adequately documented and filed to facilitate future review. What is management's response? Let's listen to what the management said. Management appreciate the observation. Management would like to clarify that the PFM Regulation 8.1, 2, and 3 provides conditions for the reallocations of approved budgets appropriations, especially PFM Regulation 8.1, 2, and 2A(b), which states, where circumstances arise in which the operating requirements of a government agency make it necessary to rearrange the budget provision for subheads, items and sub-items, or sub-items within the ambit of a single head, savings under one classification may be utilized to provide for extra expenditure under another without affecting the total funds to be disbursed from the head. 2. The Deputy Minister of Budget may approve reallocation of appropriations to promote efficiency in government, to support changes in program enacted by the national legislature to take effect during the year, and to provide resources he deems necessary for an agency to render essential basic services subject to the following rules. A. Except for donor-funded projects in sub-regulation 2G below, no reallocation may be made from the budget of one government agency to the budget of another government agency except to address national emergencies about which the President had notified the national legislature. B. Notwithstanding A above, requests for reallocation between government agencies may be approved up to a total for the year not exceeding 20% of the appropriation for the agency from which the transfer is to be made, or 20. Any such transfer exceeding 20% of the donor agency's appropriation must meet the approval of a minister and the head of the donor agency. The excess expenditures noted were primarily the result of reallocations executed under this authority to meet urgent operational requirements of key entities, including the Ministry of Public Works for the National Road Fund, as well as unforeseen national circumstances during the reporting period. Based on the above provisions and approved supplementary budget amounts management would like to inform the GSE that all changes in initial approved original amounts and the final amounts in the budgets were implemented in accordance with the mentioned PFN regulations, and all supporting authorizations are maintained for administrative and audit purposes. What was the Auditor General's position after the management's response? Management assertions did not adequately address the issues raised. Management provided no evidence that the significant excess expenditures without supporting documents were approved by the national legislature, and copies of the approved statement of excess expenditure submitted to the national legislature and the office of the president consistent with section 24.1.2 of the PFN Act of 2009 as amended and restated 2019. Therefore, we maintain our findings and recommendations. We will follow up on the implementation of our recommendation during subsequent audit. Management is therefore in breach. There's one part the GSE is clear. Management is therefore in breach. On page 3, you see in there, management is therefore in breach of financial discipline in line with regulation 820 of the PFN Act of 2009 as amended and restated 2019. Management is therefore in breach. Okay. Let's go to page 4. The next observation, quickly. We are already running out of time. During the audit, we observed that our sample of payment vouchers that management facilitated, facilitated payments amounted to $2,850,035.38 without evidence of adequate supporting documents such as payment receipts, quotations, contracts, expenditure liquidation reports, delivery notes or job completion certificates, etc., where applicable for various expenditures to validate the legitimacy of the transactions. Risk. Payments may be made for goods not delivered or services not performed. Goods delivered or services performed may not meet the approved specifications. In the absence of adequate supporting documents, the validity, occurrence, and accuracy of payments may not be assured. This may lead to misappropriation of public funds. The absence of adequate supporting documentation for transactions may also lead to fraudulent financial management practices through the processing and disbursement of illegitimate transactions. Management may override the procurement processes by completing disbursement without utilizing the required procurement methods. Recommendation. Management should fully account for expenditures made without adequate supporting documents comprehensively cataloged in Annexure 1 as part of management's response to this management letter. Going forward, management should ensure all transactions are supported by the requisite supporting documents consistent with the financial management regulations. Documentation such as contracts, invoices, goods received notes, job completion certificates, purchase orders, payment vouchers, etc., should be prepared and approved for the procurement of goods and services where applicable. All relevant supporting records should be adequately documented and filed to facilitate future review. Additionally, management should facilitate the operationalization of the electronic document management system by ensuring that all relevant source and supporting documents are scanned, attached to the transaction in the accounting software for financial transactions, archived, and maintained to facilitate future review. Page 5, or let's see management's response. What did the management say? Management notes this observation. However, management wants to clarify that some of these payments listed are supported by bulky documentations ranging from bid documents, evaluation reports, and sometimes expenditure reports covering a quarter. These documentations must be submitted during the processing of these vouchers to meet compliance requirements. These supporting documents are sometimes separated from the vouchers after payment due to shelf space. Management do not process vouchers without supporting documents. Also, some of the transactions listed without supporting documents relate to institutions reporting through sector ministries, as in the cases of health and internal affairs, where county-based centers offices report through. All original copies of supporting documents are kept with the sector ministries for audit purposes, while copies are submitted during the processing of payment vouchers. That is the management position. What does the Auditor General position say? Management assertions were not supported by the subsequent submission of relevant supporting documents for expenditures comprehensively cataloging Annexure 1 as requested. Therefore, we meeting our findings and recommendations. We will follow up on the implementation of our recommendation during subsequent audit. Okay. All of these are self-explanatory. We say thanks to the GSC for continuously doing what they've been doing since Ellen Johnson Sirleaf time. You know? Yeah, we say thanks to the GSC always doing their work. The legislature has to become more active in going through these GSC reports and where are the, especially the Senate, where are the recommendations that were supposed to go to the president on the CBL audit and all those kinds of things? I am hearing from highly placed sources that yes, the House passed on that document, but it is still being stalled at the Senate. Why? Why haven't you people sent? Because it is the law. It has to be sent to the president. And the law says if the president doesn't act on it after a certain period of time, I believe 90 days, you, the legislature, can act. So why haven't you people submitted? It is another noise that I can't start with. I just putting you on notice that I'm aware. Yeah, I'm aware. Because some senators' names are mentioned in that other report doesn't mean it should not be submitted. It should be the CBL audit. The recommendations. I am even hearing, and Mr. Auditor General gotta be strong. I'm hearing, you know, every year now the GSC, every 1 or 2 years the GSC is supposed to audit CBL and other places. They want to start playing some games so the GSC will not audit to prevent the GSC from auditing the CBL. The GSC got to audit CBL for 2024 too. They got to audit CBL for 2024. Yes. Oh, yes. You people will not prevent it. So next year, the GSC has to do that. The GSC has to do that. Nobody will prevent it. Mr. Auditor General, I'm hearing. So you got to be strong. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Because similar things that were critiqued, that were found in that audit report, we are hearing those things are continuing. They are continuing. But we'll leave that for now. So let's take this interview with former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So there have been these reports on social media from different people posting that she gave $15,000 and 1,000 bags of cement to CDC for their new headquarters project and all that stuff. So we sought to choose some very good people to speak with her on this matter. OKFM regulations and all that stuff. We had to go back and forth as editorial team and other people. So we had to take out some things. She was really angry. She really told some things. So we went back and forth to. But I will post a full raw interview on my page. Yeah. So you hear the other things that we talk about because we won't play on the radio, on the show. So. But yeah, this is it. Okay. We have with us former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Welcome, Madam President. It is being spread on social media in quite a viral way that you allegedly are giving some support to the opposition CDC in terms of both financial and material, $15,000 and some 1,000 bags of cement for their new headquarters project. Is this information true or not?
Julius, I'm glad you said allegedly. I am here on the farm, been here for 3 days, didn't even know what's going on in the city. But let me say this.